What if I told you that your dog, the sweet, adorable, tail-wagging creature sitting next to you right now, might actually be in charge of your entire life? Think about it. Who decides when you wake up? Who demands food at specific times? Who makes you feel guilty for leaving the house? And most importantly, who has somehow trained you to give them treats whenever they flash those big puppy dog eyes? If any of this sounds familiar, then congratulations, you may not be the pack leader you thought you were. In fact, your dog might have successfully manipulated you into becoming their obedient human servant. In this video, we're breaking down the sneaky, psychological tactics dogs use to control their owners without them even realizing it. From subtle dominance moves to downright devious guilt trips, you'll be shocked to learn just how clever your furry little mastermind really is. By the end of this, you'll either reclaim control of your household, or accept that your dog is the true ruler, and you're just living in their world. Either way, you'll never look at your dog the same way again. Dogs have a way of getting what they want, and it's often hilarious to watch. They'll use those big brown eyes, their wagging tails, and even specific vocalizations to manipulate us into giving them treats or attention. My dog, for example, has this weird whining sound she makes whenever she wants to go outside, and it's almost impossible for me to resist. She'll stand by the door, whining and whining, until I finally give in and take her out. It's like she knows exactly which buttons to press to get what she wants. And it's not just my dog, I've seen plenty of other dogs do the same thing, using their owner's weaknesses to get treats, toys, or even just some good old-fashioned belly rubs. These behaviors are so ingrained in our daily interactions with our dogs that we often don't even notice them. But if you pay close attention, you'll start to realize just how often your dog is manipulating you. Like when they nudge your hand with their nose, prompting you to pet them, or when they jump up onto the couch and snuggle up next to you, making it impossible to get any work done. It's almost as if they have this sixth sense that allows them to read our body language and exploit our emotions. And the craziest part is, we love them for it. We love the way they make us feel, the way they bring joy and companionship into our lives. But what's really interesting is that dogs have different ways of communicating with their owners, and they can be incredibly effective at getting what they want. Some dogs will use high-pitched barking to get attention, while others will use low, rumbling growls to assert their dominance. And then there are the dogs that use body language, like raising an eyebrow or tilting their head, to convey their intentions. It's amazing to watch, and it's a testament to just how intelligent and resourceful our canine companions can be. Whether they're trying to get food, affection, or simply some quality time with their owners, dogs have evolved a range of strategies to get what they want, and it's up to us to figure out what they're trying to tell us. Studies have shown that dogs are capable of training their owners to respond to their needs, often without us even realizing it. For example, a dog might learn to associate the sound of a can opener with food, and then use that sound to prompt their owner to feed them. Or, they might learn to recognize specific words or phrases, like dinner time, or walkies, and use those cues to get what they want. It's a fascinating example of how dogs can adapt to their environment and use their intelligence to manipulate their owners. And it's not just limited to food and treats. Dogs can also train their owners to provide emotional support, like comfort and reassurance, simply by being present and attentive. Researchers have found that dogs are highly attuned to our emotions and behaviors, and they use this information to inform their own actions. For instance, a dog might sense that its owner is feeling stressed or anxious, and respond by nuzzling them or licking their face. This can be incredibly comforting, and it's a testament to the deep bond that exists between humans and dogs. But it also suggests that dogs are highly aware of their surroundings, and are constantly looking for ways to interact with and influence their owners. Whether it's through play, affection, or simply being present, dogs have a profound impact on our lives, and it's up to us to recognize and appreciate that. One of the most interesting studies on dog behavior found that dogs are capable of using emotional manipulation to get what they want. This means that they can use their body language and vocalizations to elicit a specific emotional response from their owners, like guilt or sympathy. For example, a dog might use a sad, puppy dog expression to guilt trip its owner into giving it a treat, or use a high-pitched whine to prompt its owner to take it outside. It's a clever tactic, and it's one that dogs use to great effect. By understanding how dogs use emotional manipulation, we can better appreciate the complex dynamics at play in our relationships with them. But perhaps the most compelling evidence of a dog's ability to control its owner comes from a surprising case study. A woman in the United States was hospitalized for a severe case of depression, and her dog, a loyal and loving companion, was by her side the entire time. As she recovered, her dog would visit her every day, bringing joy and comfort to her hospital room. But what's amazing is that the dog would also sense when its owner was feeling down, and would respond by snuggling up next to her and licking her face. The woman credited her dog with helping her recover from her depression, saying that the dog's presence and affection had a profound impact on her mental health. It's a powerful testament to the bond between humans and dogs, and it suggests that our canine companions may have a deeper influence on our lives than we ever realize. This case study is just one example of the many ways in which dogs can control and influence their owners. Whether it's through emotional manipulation, clever tactics, or simply being present, dogs have a profound impact on our lives. They can sense our emotions, respond to our needs, and even train us to behave in certain ways. It's a remarkable dynamic, and one that's worth exploring in more depth. By understanding how dogs interact with and influence their owners, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complex and fascinating relationships we have with our canine companions. As we've seen, dogs are capable of exerting a significant amount of control over their owners, often without us even realizing it. From their clever tactics and emotional manipulation to their ability to sense our emotions and respond to our needs, dogs are highly intelligent and resourceful animals. By recognizing and appreciating their influence, we can build stronger, more meaningful relationships with our canine companions and gain a deeper understanding of the complex dynamics at play in our daily interactions with them. In conclusion, it's clear that our furry friends may indeed have more influence over us than we realize. They may not speak our language, but their mastery of body language, emotional cues, and sheer persistence makes them incredibly effective at getting exactly what they want, whether we realize it or not. From the way they time their size perfectly to make you feel guilty to the strategic placement of a paw on your lap just before mealtime, every action is part of their well-executed plan to subtly steer our behavior. Think about it. How many times have you changed your routine, delayed your plans, or even spent extra money just to accommodate your dog? Whether it's buying that extra fancy brand of food because they didn't like the other one, rearranging your sleep schedule to match their wake-up calls, or even skipping a night out because those sad puppy eyes were just too powerful to resist, chances are you've been unknowingly manipulated more times than you can count. Dogs are experts at reading human emotions, and they know exactly which buttons to push to get their way. Their big brown eyes, their wagging tails, and their clever tactics aren't just adorable, they're highly sophisticated psychological tools. And the funniest part? They've never had a formal lesson in persuasion. It's just built into their DNA. So, the next time you find yourself giving up your seat on the couch, handing over your last bite of food, or going outside in freezing weather just because your dog looked at you funny, pause for a moment and ask yourself, who's really in charge here? Because let's be honest, while we like to think we own our dogs, it's very possible they own us. But you know what? Maybe that's okay. Maybe we secretly love being controlled by these tiny, furry masterminds. Maybe we wouldn't have it any other way. After all, who could ever say no to that face? Dog face open mouth smile. If you've ever had a similar experience with your dog, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about dog training and behavior, be sure to check out my other video on the subject, where I dive into the fascinating world of canine psychology and explore the best ways to build a strong, loving relationship with your furry friend.